Welcome to Decoded Dialogues, where tech talks and stories spark transformation. I'm your host, Crystal Fernandez, and today we're diving into Oracle's approach to building strong relationships with strategic partners and independent software vendors, or ISVs, and how these partnerships are driving customer success and innovation. Joining us is Dan Haller, a leader in Oracle's partner ecosystem. Dan, thank you for being here. Let's start with your story. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you found your way to Oracle.
Well, thank you. First of all, Crystal, thank you for having me. I started out my career as an engineer, and I had a number of friends that were working for Oracle in the Bay Area, and they were doing incredibly well. And I just said to myself, I need to get into this technology game. I went out and got a little bit of sales experience and got hired in September of 2000. I actually got my job because of the dot-com bust.
Wow.
But it was a really good time for me to join because I had to learn. I started inside sales and I had to learn how to drive customer value because companies just weren't buying Oracle technology for Oracle's sake anymore. You had to really show a business case and drive value
Mm.
for the database and the application. So it was an incredible start. It's been a great journey. I've worked my way up and now run the entire ecosystem for North America.
We love that story. For listeners who might not be familiar, can you give us a quick overview of Oracle's partner alliance ecosystem?
Sure, you bet. Well, what I think a lot of people don't understand is that Oracle is a very open company now. When you look at our applications, you can use APIs and connect into our applications. When you look at our database platform, you can run our database platform now in any hyperscaler. You can obviously run it on premise. And when you look at our cloud infrastructure, you can run it in your data center, you can run it in Oracle's, or you can even look at other companies that maybe have a private cloud or what we call an alloy environment. And so we have a very robust ecosystem because we're working at every layer of the stack. So I talked about industry applications that you can work with. You've got obviously the database as well, and then you have the cloud infrastructure. So in order to have such a rich platform, or when you have such a rich platform, you need to have a rich ecosystem. And so we have a partner ecosystem that works across the entire portfolio. Oracle's had many years of great internal development, and we also had a series where we've made many acquisitions. We've incorporated those acquisitions into the portfolio. And what customers get now is a complete platform to run an enterprise business. So it doesn't matter if you're a communications company, a utility, a retailer, a high technology company, a financial services company. We can work with you, and we can drive help and success within your business at every layer of the technology stack.
That's fantastic. And why are ISV partnerships such a cornerstone of Oracle's strategy today? What makes them so critical to driving customer success?
Well, when we look at the ecosystem, we recognize that Oracle, while we have a broad breadth of industry applications, the database, and then obviously our cloud infrastructure, we recognize we can't do everything for a customer. And so we look at a number of the partnerships at every layer of the stack and figure out how do we look at the best capabilities in the infrastructure layer. Obviously, we've got a deep partnership with NVIDIA. A lot of people have heard about the
Okay.
partnership that we've developed with OpenAI. We've got a number of partnerships with cybersecurity companies. And then you move on to the database. Now, the database obviously is very it is obviously the cornerstone of Oracle, if you will,
Sure.
and it's been around for a very, very long time. It's across, you know, pretty much every country. It's pretty much very pervasive in the large enterprises. But we've opened up the ability to run that database in any hyperscaler. So we've created partnerships with Microsoft, with AWS, and with Google to be able to run the Oracle database in any hyperscaler. So you can run it in your cloud. You can run it obviously in any of the hyperscalers and obviously within Oracle's cloud.
Hmm.
And so you've got to create these partnerships because it's a very open environment today. And then when you look at the application portfolio, while we have industry applications and have capabilities to solve mission critical systems across healthcare and life sciences and utilities, and all the horizontal applications as well, we also need to be able to partner with solutions that complement our solutions. That maybe there's a capability within the healthcare payer environment that we don't necessarily have specifically, or e-invoicing, which is a new regulation that's coming in EMEA and then most likely into North America. So
Right.
we create these partnerships, tax solutions, if you will. We create these partnerships because it's what our customers are asking for. They're asking for us to create deep and meaningful partnerships because ultimately they've acquired these solutions. It's a very heterogeneous environment, and they've acquired these solutions, and they're looking at the technology providers, the software providers, to help them with the integrations with the business processes that need to map across systems. And so we take customer success very seriously. And that's why we try to do our best to make sure that we have a very robust ecosystem of ISVs and partnerships. And, we listen to our customers in terms of what they're acquiring that's not necessarily Oracle. And then we look and see how we can improve those alignments and go to markets if that's something that makes sense for the business.
So you're not just showing that you or saying that you play nice, you're actually showing that you play well with others.
Yeah, we've done, it's funny. It's, I've seen Oracle through the years, right? We've
Sure.
made a lot of acquisitions, early in my career, with PeopleSoft and Siebel and JD Edwards and a number of SaaS
Yeah.
companies. And I think during some of that time, it was Oracle was going to take on the world. But especially in this world of AI now, where it's
Yeah.
AI is obviously you can't have a conversation without people talking about AI.
It's the
It's very
buzzword.
pervasive,
Mhm.
but we all know at the core of AI is data. And in order to be able to help companies garner value from AI, you need to play nice in the world of data. Data is the gold of an enterprise,
Mhm.
and it sits in multiple systems. It doesn't just sit in an Oracle database. It sits in, mainframe systems. It sits in other, legacy data systems. It sits in various forms that are unstructured. And so you have to have the ability to play nice with all the different software and technology vendors because that's the only way that companies are gonna really garner value out of AI. And,
Yeah.
so that's really the change that Oracle's made over the last several years, to really listen to our customers and recognize that we have to work with, with all the different providers. I think that was really a key part of the decision to allow the database to be in the other hyperscalers. It was something that our customers were asking for.
So that ties into like my next question is when you're thinking about growing these relationships with partners and clients, what strategies have proven to be the most effective?
You know, I really think that in this virtual world of
Mhm.
of connecting, we all do a lot of Zoom calls and we're all virtual, but I still find that the way to connect is meeting our partners, meeting our customers in person, understanding their business challenges, understanding what our partners are trying to accomplish. I was in sales for 20 years. I've been in this role for in various forms of this role for the last 4 years. I find myself listening more in this role than even I did in sales because our partners, or whether they be systems implementation partners or ISVs, understanding what they're trying to accomplish, and listening to their needs, really puts us in a different light. And I'll give you an example. I was just at a partner event, and I sat down with a customer. We were all sitting around the table having a drink, and the customer said to me, thank you for spending time with us. And,
Mm,
I was very touched that, because I was like, this is what I love to do. This is what we need to do, right? In order to build relationships and connections and truly understand what our customers are trying to do and what our partners are trying to accomplish in their business, we need to connect. And you can do a little bit of that in person. I started my career doing, cold calls over the phone, but when I transitioned to getting connections in person, I recognized how much deeper a connection I could make with individuals when I was in person. So it's a big push for me to get my teams, my industry alliance teams, and my alliance directors out in front of our customers and our partners to learn more about what they're trying to accomplish and build those relationships face to face. I may seem a little old school, but to me, that's where you build the best relationships.
no, I totally understand that. I think there's a lot you can do remotely, but I think at the end of the day, when you're trying to build these, like you said, these closer, more meaningful relationships, it goes a long way to sit down and have a drink with somebody or to just sit down and whiteboard something or just have a conversation face to face. It changes the dynamic of your relationship 100%.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, how do alliance directors work with the Oracle teams and Oracle customers to make sure everyone is aligned and driving industry success? This absolutely ties into what we're just talking about.
Yeah. So when I took over this role, I took it over on the application side of the business.
Mhm,
And one of the things that I was tasked with was trying to make the alliance organization a meaningful part of the business by helping our partners drive opportunities and outcomes and leads for the business versus coming to Oracle and saying, "Hey, do you have any deals for me that you need system implementation?" And then also working with ISVs to bring them into the solution. And
mhm,
so we made a pivot. And then when I took over and managed the technology side of the business, we brought it all together. And so we have alliances in two forms. We have what I call partner development, where we work with the partners to develop them and the solutions that they're trying to bring to market with us and also educate them on our solutions. That's one side of the business where we do partner
mhm,
development. The other side of the business is really industry go to market, where we work with companies and with partners to understand what's required in that industry. What is hot, or what's, if it's manufacturing and we're working on, the tariffs obviously are a very, very hot topic.
mhm.
And we're
Yeah,
talking to our partners to say, hey, we really need to look at our, global trade management solutions, and how do we get those conversations going with our sales teams and our partners and our customers. We have a very large install base within North America, but our customers don't know everything that we do. I mean, the challenge is with the technology changing so quickly, our customers don't necessarily know all that we're doing and all the innovation we're driving. Our partners don't necessarily know. And so I look at the alliance team as an opportunity to help bring that information to the partners and then scale that with the partners and with our sales teams working together to cut or to reach more of our customers about, the capabilities and the innovation that we're driving to meet pain points that are coming up in the industry, obviously tariffs being one, but there's many
sure.
other examples. So it's been really fun for our alliance team to see how they can generate pipeline by working with the partners. And we generated over 1 billion in pipeline with the help of our business development team last year with the application side. I imagine we'll generate, a significant amount of pipeline as this kind of one Oracle approach to alliances. So it's been a lot of fun. And I've got great support from my leadership and sales, and it's really about the sales partnership, the alliance team also driving the partnership with our partner ecosystem friends.
We have heard quite a bit about One Oracle recently. Can you tell us about that initiative and how it's strengthening your partnerships across the industry?
Well, this is something our partners have been asking for a while. And
Yeah.
it's It's definitely, I would say that AI has really, I would say that it made it even more imperative that we create this one Oracle. I talked about the data,
Sure.
imperative earlier, but the companies are looking for solutions from Oracle. They're looking for us to solve complex business problems in their industries. And that's what we're good at. We're good at solving complex business problems. And sometimes that requires bringing our infrastructure capabilities together with our data platform capabilities, together with our horizontal applications, our Fusion stack, and together with our industry applications. And when all of those sat in different groups sold by different, senior leaders, it
Hmm.
made it really difficult to bring that one Oracle solution to the customer to solve a very, very complex business problem. And by bringing all of this together, we call, the one Oracle, we're now meeting our customers where they are. We're now asking them, hey, how do you want to start on your transformation journey? Okay, you're a e-business suite customer and you don't want to move to Fusion today. Well, let's move you to our Oracle Cloud infrastructure. Let's help you
Hmm.
get advantages of AI. Let's optimize your processes, and maybe you can bring in a Fusion application on the edge. I talked about, GTM. And then as you can hopefully save money through that, initial step in the transformation, then you can take the next step and possibly move to Fusion applications. So the One Oracle initiative is really about meeting our customers where they are, solving their business problems that they have today, based on what's important to them. And, our partners have really been doing this. We work with all of the global systems integrators, and we work with a lot of advisory firms, and this is what they do really well. And so now we've made it easier for them to really align with Oracle, because now we can come together with the partner ecosystem and with Oracle and sell one solution to the customer.
Exciting times. As we look at this year, the launch of AI Agent Studio and other AI initiatives have brought significant changes and progress in the Oracle space. What trends do you foresee influencing how Oracle delivers its products and services in the coming year?
Well, I don't, I think we're going to basically, the strategy that we've laid out with one Oracle, and being very open, and driving, an AI agent studio for allowing our partners to build AI
Hmm.
agents in our marketplace with
Marketplace.
Fusion
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
been I- is probably something that we're going to double down on. And I don't think we have even scratched the surface on that opportunity. And that's a really exciting thing when you talk about the AI agent studio that we've developed for applications. But I think probably even the more exciting opportunity coming in the future, or it's really here today, but I think it's going to really accelerate in the next year, is the cloud marketplace and what we're
Hmm.
doing to build out our cloud marketplace. We have a number of solutions today in our cloud marketplace, but it's nowhere near the scale and potential of what we can achieve. And we're just getting started with our cloud marketplace. I know some of the other hyperscalers have very large marketplaces and drive significant revenue for ISVs. But when you look at our application portfolio and the amount of solutions that are aligned and attached to that application portfolio, I
Hmm.
think it's an incredible opportunity for us to really add even more value to our customers and say, "Look, we've built a portfolio for you, but you have other solutions. Well, now you can buy those that you have in your infrastructure. Well, now you can buy those in our marketplace and run it on our common platform and really get economies of scale and speed with your systems that was never seen before." So if I were to look at one future trend that I think is coming, it would be the evolution and growth of our cloud marketplace. And I have a vision, because it's obviously I manage our ISVs
Sure.
from a go-to-market perspective. I have a vision that we can build the most pervasive cloud marketplace on the planet. Uh, and we'll see. Time will tell whether or not we're able to do that.
So will it be similar to how they've launched the AI agent marketplace? It going to be that same type of thing where it highlights the partner and what they've developed and what it's utilized for? Is it going to be something similar to that?
Yes, well, it's out today, and so
Mm,
there's a number of solutions that are in the marketplace today. A lot of
hmm.
you have cybersecurity solutions, you have obviously
Oh, right.
application
Yes,
solutions, but it's really going to be doubling down and making it available and making it easier to search and easier to find solutions that maybe align in your industry. For example, you're a utility company, you're looking for an asset management system. Okay, Oracle has an asset management system, but it necessarily maybe doesn't meet all of your needs. And so here's an asset management system that was built by a partner, an ISV.
that's good.
You can buy that in the marketplace. It can burn down your OCI credits to a certain extent, and you can basically then have it all part of your Oracle, ecosystem and portfolio. Uh, the AI Agent Studio, where I see the growth in the AI Agent Studio, is our partners are building AI agents, and obviously, there's AI companies out there,
Sure,
but
sure.
they're filling gaps in end-to-end business processes or niche solutions that companies are coming up with to say, this is what, this is a challenge that I don't see Oracle having developed, in the applications. And I really would love for you, Mr. Partner, to develop this AI agent. Can you provide that to me? The partner develops it. They post it on the AI Agent Studio. If they want to monetize it, they can. If they want to use it for differentiation, they can.
Yeah.
And so I mean, we've got a hundred or so AI agents today. But the nice thing about what we're doing on the AI Agent Studio is when we put an AI agent on our studio, development has vetted it and they support it. They are saying, yes, we are in partnership with this partner for this AI agent. And that's really differentiating. It's not about putting things on the marketplace or on the AI agent studio marketplace that we don't stand behind. And that's
Right.
something that Oracle, being an enterprise software company, has always been very good about, is standing behind the products that we either sell directly or the ones that we're endorsing through marketplace or other ISV type of arrangements.
Yeah. That's very, very exciting. So how is and I suspect it has to do with some of this, but how is Oracle planning to evolve its partner ecosystem to meet the changing needs and customer expectations?
Well, we just created what we call enhanced Oracle Partner Network. So we had a modern partner network. We've just enhanced it.
Right.
And the goal is to try to make it easier for our partners to get access to training, to get access to development environments, and how to log opportunities with us, and then also get incentives for when you bring opportunities to us that you can then use to buy certain services. So, part of the enhanced program is going to allow partners to possibly acquire a solution engineer. So you earn credits on the EOPN, which is
Right.
the acronym for it, that you
Right.
can use to align with your solutions, to provide you advice. And we also are driving tighter partnerships globally with our partners. So our enhanced OPN partner network has levels where if you're a regional partner in North America and you have started to develop a presence in EMEA, we collaborate globally. So we are working with the North American team and the alliance team and the EMEA alliance team for that partner, saying, okay, you're very strong in financial services in North America. Let me bring that intelligence to the alliance team in EMEA with those references, and
Mm,
let the team in EMEA help you get to the various customers and prospects that you're trying to get to. So when I look at, my initial themes, I can only think in threes, and sometimes I can only think in twos. And my initial theme with partners after doing a number of empathy interviews was partners really want access to our sales teams and Oracle in general, whether it be development, alliances, sales, and they want alignment. So they want alignment to Oracle in our go to market, into our marketing activities, and it's not just alignment in a region, it's alignment globally. And the last thing I'll mention as part of that alignment is we do a number of marketing events with our partners, and we work with those partners to drive demand for both of us. Rising tide rises all boats, and
sure.
our partners are doing an incredible job working with us in these events to help cultivate relationships, to help grow the, really the mind share that Oracle has with our customers and prospects. Because sometimes our customers and prospects don't want to hear that Oracle's great because Oracle says we're great. They want
Right.
our partners to endorse what they're thinking and doing with Oracle. And so, doing this in joint marketing events, we have, joint labs that we do with our customers. We do AI workshops. We're providing free AI workshops to customers and helping them in their AI journey. And it's great to do them with partners because then you get the Oracle point of view, and then you also get the partner point of view. So it's just really been a fun 4 years for me in driving this role and watching the growth that we've had and the alignment with the partner ecosystem.
Fantastic. If you could give one piece of advice to partners to maximize their impact with Oracle, what would it be?
I would say connect, communicate, and collaborate. And it's a three C's. It seems very basic, but I was, another example. I was just talking to a partner last night, and we're working on a deeper partnership. And I said to him, I said, and he's new to the role, and I said, you know, you're going to have a deeper partnership because you're the first leader from this company that calls me, directly on a weekly basis, asking
Right.
about strategy, asking about how to best align. So I already know you're going to be more successful in your alignment with Oracle. And it's not just the communication collaboration with myself, it's with my entire team, my entire
Sure.
organization. And so it's really a great opportunity for us to reach out together. I'm asking my team to reach out into the partners and get alignment with individuals that they don't know, with individuals that are in the agnostic business practices. So that would be my advice. And my team is at the ready, both on the partner development side and the industry go-to-market side.
That's great. So as we're wrapping up 2025, how would you say this year played out for you?
2025. Well, I would say 2025 is probably the year of the most transformational technology change in my 25 years of being in this business. And
Yeah.
I watched obviously the boom of the internet boom, and then obviously the progression of SaaS. And now when I look at it, it's like AI is just changing the game. Larry says, AI changes everything.
Yeah.
And what I'm seeing in the ecosystem and just what you can do with AI, it's really incredible. But you also have to be responsible. You also have to make sure that you have the human element in the process, double
Right.
checking what's going on, what's happening. And it's just an incredible opportunity for us to help drive business efficiency for our customers, help them really improve their business operations, grow revenue, and so, that's 2025, what I would say was the year of change, and
Yeah.
with year of AI and the year of change.
Yeah.
But it's, I think we're in the early innings.
I,
And I think a lot of companies that think that they're behind. They're not really that far behind, but they do need to get started. And, getting started by, getting your data in order, or, getting
mhm.
a core, what we call a core, digital foundation, if you will, um, is something that's important. And, we're here to help. We're here to help, you know, our customers with our partners. And so I think the sky's the limit for companies today that embrace the change and the transformation.
It's amazing. And how would partners, colleagues, others get a hold of you? Is LinkedIn good? Your Oracle email address? Can we?
Like I'm happy to, I'm very accessible. Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm happy
Okay.
for individuals to reach out to me via LinkedIn, via, my Oracle email address.
Okay.
It's really been my belief that you have to be in front. You have to lead from the front, but also you have to be willing to connect. So I get a lot of reach outs from small ISVs, and I'll take the call just because I like to learn. I've taken
Yeah.
the call from a number of small AI companies. I will say the first thing I ask an AI company when they call me is, or send me an email, the first question I ask back is, "Are you running on OCI?" I mean, we are working with companies. We have in my opinion, the best hyperscale, the most flexible hyperscale, that's driving the fastest, AI workloads. Uh, so if you're not running on AI, maybe the conversation should be, "Hey, Dan, how can we run on, or running on OCI, excuse me. Maybe,
Yeah.
Dan, how can we run on OCI? How can you help me do that?" And then we can have a conversation about how we drive a go-to-market. So, it's just something that I've always enjoyed, throughout my career, connecting with customers, connecting with partners. And, so yeah, no, I'm happy to help.
That's great. So I think what my takeaway is that you need to be open, agile, and ready for change, right?
Yeah, that's a great summary. I may have to steal that from you, but that's a great summary, for
Yeah.
what we're trying to do. And you know, it's it's really not just Oracle. I think the entire industry needs to look at it that way. Is, the more open you are, the more
Agreed.
agile, the more willing you are to change. That is going to make you successful as a business. And then hopefully you've got the technology and the partnerships, as part of your plan in order to drive that growth.
Well, that's a wrap on today's episode of Decoded Dialogues. A big thank you to Dan for sharing a valuable vision of Oracle's partnership ecosystem and what the future holds. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to subscribe and share. And until next time, keep decoding the future. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Crystal.